Today's gospel is rough. Again, Jesus in Matthew is loving, but judgmental. The weeds in today's gospel are not just any weeds. They are a different grass from wheat that looks like wheat. They are indistinguishable from the wheat almost until harvest, but the heads the wheat puts forth are inedible. To go into the crop once it is possible to tell the difference and attempt to weed out the grasses would mean trampling the wheat. Now, too often this chapter has been used to condemn large swaths of congregants, especially minority groups and especially sexual minorities. It has also been used to condemn those not even in the pews, whether those of other religions, those considered sinful by those in the pews. But what is primarily being condemned is a false gospel that leads those seeking God astray. It is the temptations of wealth, power, control, and superiority, but also those who lead God's people into trusting in these false idols. That is, those being condemned are primarily those with authority, especially religious leaders. God has called forth religious leadership to bring the gospel into the world, but the evil one has called forth false leaders as well. It is only when looking at the product of their work that you can tell the difference. And that it will only be on the last day that those who have led people into a false gospel will truly be separated from those leading God's people into the true gospel. This gospel is not about Christian congregations telling gay or trans people that they are going to hell, but rather about abusive priests and preachers who prey upon their congregations and drive people from God's love being condemned. It is about doing away with temptations. It is about a recognition of abundance and sufficiency. That is, the day of the Lord is a recognition of what true happiness and contentment means. We do not need mansions in excess. We need for all to have enough. We need fulfillment and our basic needs to be met, but we do not need wealth. We do not need to have power over others, and we do not need to hurt others. We need to be able to live and love with one another, and this is the vision of the day of the Lord, true peace, in which all are able to live in peace with themselves, without worry, and at peace with one another. The hate, jealousy, and abusiveness that we bear towards one another must be burned away in order for us all to become the bread of life that we are called to be. That is the good news of Jesus Christ. Amen.